Hey friend, we are heading out to grab a couple of things out of the garden, and to say that I'm excited just does not even explain how I feel right now. I'm going to harvest something that I grew for the first time this year ever, and we're going to talk about what I'm going to do with them until I'm ready to use them. I'm also going to go and grab a couple of other things out of the garden cage that I wanted to show you, and to share this massive pepper that I wish would just turn red, but I am trying to patiently wait. So we are out at the pumpkin patch, and we're gonna grab my first couple of pumpkins. I'm so excited. I hope you can see me. The sun is kind of crazy today. And when I got up this morning, I wanted to come out before the traffic on the highway got really crazy, and it was 54 degrees or something like that. So I ran to the farmer's market, and I ran to a craft show, and it's about 11 in the morning. So I want to get these pumpkins picked because it's supposed to get back up to 80 today, which is insane. So we're going from 50 at night to over 80 during the day. But let's get these picked. So right down here at the end, underneath that bush that's at the end of my normal garlic bed, there are 2 pumpkins, and we are going to get them both today, as well as, ooh, there might be 3 or 4 pumpkins that are ready. So let's get these 2 first. So these down here are just pie pumpkins, but I am going to cut that. Once I get these off, this is the last 2 on this vine, so I'm going to cut the whole vine off and start cleaning up my yard a little bit as well. So this little guy right here, we have lots of deer, and we have some rabbits that live, I think, in this bush or the bush next door. So I want to get these before they do. And so I could have brought out a hori-hori knife. I probably don't need anything this big for these little pumpkins, but I just wanted this to be super easy. So here, my friends, is our first pumpkin of the 2023 season. My first pumpkin ever. I am so excited. Yay! Pumpkin number 2. I'm going to share with you right underneath where that flower is, right there. There's actually a female pumpkin, as well as right there at the end of this vine, there's another female pumpkin. This vine has tons of powder mildew up here, but the end looks great. These will not form pumpkins before the season's over. But it was cute to see that there's a couple still trying. So on this vine here, this is the one that grew up and into the bush, if you watch that other video, and is going clear up into the bush. This has some bad powdery mildew. I did not come out and do anything with it because the pumpkins were almost ready anyways. So underneath this though, we have our 3rd pumpkin. I also found the shell of a little robin egg. So if you were with me on the last video, and we talked about this pumpkin vine that went up and into this bush, and up and up and up and up, and I cut it so it would stop growing. I topped it off and cut it and topped it off so it would stop growing. And it, for some reason, has decided it was going to grow. It has new flowers up there. I was looking to see if there were any female little pumpkins because I would find that very funny. I don't see any. It looks like just male flowers, but I had completely disconnected that from its original plant. And you can see it's very healthy. Still growing. So this is actually inside the garden bed. And under here, we have another pie pumpkin. So one more baby pumpkin. And just a squirrel for a minute from the pie pumpkins. So this is normally my garlic bed. I also put in Bush Lake beans, which did not germinate at all. They were older beans, as well as contender beans. And the bunnies just ate the living tar out of them. And I really wanted to try the contender bean to see if it was a bean we would like, so I would know what to plant next year. So with that being said, I came over to the shade for a minute. The bunnies left me one bean. I got one bean out of, I think, 50 plants to try. I do like this bean. I like the look of it. It's pretty stringless. I just broke it in half and there's not much of a string there. So that's nice. I wish I had enough just to can one jar. That way I could see. But blanched and frozen, these would be delicious. So here's two snacks in the garden. That was really, really good. So in knowing that I planted my pumpkins late, this vine here is the one that got 16 feet, over 16 feet long. It came down all the way down both of my beds, my garlic bed and my blueberry bed, as well as grew up and into this bush. So I cut it off right here so it kind of be out of the way. And it is insisting that it wants to keep fruiting. So here is a baby here. I just saw another one. I don't know if you can see it. Underneath that flower there is another one. So right here at the end, I don't know if you can see it in there, the shadows are just horrific. The sun is out big time. Right in there is another one. These are my carving pumpkins. And I was bummed that I was only going to get the 3 from it. Right here are 2 more. Of course, none of these are going to grow in time. So following the vine all the way back up, this is where the actual, I have 2 big pumpkins in there. And I have this pumpkin here that are on the carving pumpkin. It does say that I can cut them before they fully orange, and I'm debating because I want to get to them before the critters do. They're as big as they're going to get. Once they start turning color, they're not going to grow anymore. They are just going to mature and turn orange. Back up through here, hidden in there, we have another pie pumpkin. And down here, we have yet another pie pumpkin. I think I'm going to cut this one, and we'll look to see if that one is ready or not. It's hard to tell with all the grass. I really want to get some of this pumpkin stuff cleaned up and out. I don't want this causing other problems with disease and stuff. So this is one of the reasons why I want to get out here and get this cleaned up. This we talked about at one point. These are from squash bugs. Starting to see slugs on there. Right there's a little slug. I don't want him out here. So I do want to get some of this grubby stuff cleaned up and hauled out of here. So we ended up with 6 pie pumpkins, and I want to say that I threw these in the ground late. I might have watered them twice. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I did not get out here to water stuff often this summer. To end up with these 6 pumpkins for very little work, seeds that I already had, I did not buy them special for this season. They were older seeds. I am so excited, and we're gonna call this a gardening win. Let's head over to the garden cage because I have something so exciting over there to share with you as well. This is just outside the gardening cage, and these are really hot peppers that we planted, and we've gotten handfuls from them. So we were back in the garden cage after doing the pumpkins. That was so exciting. I knew they were there. I wish that I would have been on camera when I first discovered how many pumpkins I had and how exciting that was for me. Behind me is something that I have tried for, I think this is my 3rd year, with no, oh my gosh, total interruption. There is the biggest praying mantis up on my ledge. Like I can see him from sitting here. I have to show you him. I think this is the one. I hope he's in focus for y'all. There he goes. He is so massive. I will try to get a picture with my phone and insert it as well so you get a clearer picture. But I have carrots. 75 days. They are not going to be gigantic carrots. These are just to get small carrots. I'm looking for the date that I planted these. I have 2 rounds in here. I have 1 row that did not germinate at all, so I planted those with the 2nd round, this little row up front where you see these little things down here. These giant ones were from the 1st round, and in the back there are also a bunch of short ones, but I want to pull one of these to kind of see where we're at to gauge it. I am so excited. There's not a lot of room in my garden cage for a tripod. Just saying. So I'm gonna get this one right here. That looks pretty small. Let's grab this one here. So somebody that I watch at Gross Carrots says push down first, and when I push down, this push down really easy and then pull up. I have a real carrot. These are about all the bigger that these are supposed to get. They could get a little bit bigger, but not much. I'm gonna let them keep growing, but here's my first ever real carrot. I wish it wasn't so dirty because I want to eat it right now, but that's okay. I'm actually gonna pull like maybe 1 or 2 more because I want to make a snack tray for my husband and I tonight. We're gonna watch a movie and I make a snack tray, cheese and crackers and that kind of stuff, but I can do some little chopped up carrots on it. You guys, if you saw my carrots from last year, they fit inside of a teaspoon. They were so teeny tiny. This is exciting. They are supposed to be small, so this makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. I was just kind of peeking to see if there were any that were too close together. So these 2 were one variety. I'll try to pull another one from of the other variety. Oh. And that is the other variety. So I have I think these 2 actually are the same and that one's different, but that is okay. That is what they are supposed to be, and I'm so excited. Those will make some good little munchies later. I'll give you just a quick peek as to what's going on back here in the garden cage. In the upper corner, those are tomatoes, my Romas and stuff. They're doing their thing. And some of these are looking meh, but they're still putting on their tomatoes, so I keep grabbing them. And all the way back here, these were where my big beefsteak ones were back there. You guys, I should just grow marigolds. I have never in my life growing up, my mom had marigolds all the time. I had marigolds at my previous places that I have lived. I have never had massive, massive marigolds like I have the last 2 years. I should just be a marigold farmer. And here is the carrots. So in this, I have a giant tomato, beefsteak tomato coming in there. So these next to the beefsteak are the poblano peppers, and they are finally doing their thing. I think I just need to be more patient with peppers. I need to get them out here sooner. I need to get them hardier before I get them out here. And then I will be able to actually harvest some before the frost comes. I had a few right in the beginning that grew and they fell off and fell down. Oh, look at this one. I did not see this down here. He was hiding underneath all that carrot chaos. Oh, exciting, exciting. So those 4 are poblanos. This here is my massive marigold bush. Like, I'm calling it a bush. It's not even a plant. It's as big as, this is my banana pepper plant next to it. It is massive. It's self-seeded. Look at, it's putting on more blooms. It's got a ton on this. I need to dig this up and put it in a pot out front for fall. Like, look at all of these on there. This created itself. It's ginormous. Yay. Back here are my red peppers, which are not red yet. They're still green. I picked up my first red one, just started turning red. That's the first time I've ever gotten a bell pepper to actually change color. So that is gardening success for me. Banana peppers everywhere. These, I'll take a step back. These are banana peppers as well, hidden in here. The sun is just causing all kinds of glaring today. This is actually a green pepper hidden in there. I've got green peppers all up in here. I've never had peppers. I really, last year, swore off peppers and said I was never going to try to grow them again. I was just going to buy them. And look at this. A year later, I got it going on. So this plant right here we're going to come back to. This is a Sicilian Italian sweet pepper. This one up here, I only had one, and this is one of those sweet peppers that you get like the little snacking size. And I hope you can see them all in there. There are just peppers everywhere in here. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 2 down there, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's probably 18 good sized peppers on there that I'll be able to harvest before the frost. So, and I've already gotten like 6 or 7 off of it. So that's exciting. All right, so back to what else I wanted to show you. So I've talked about this plant a couple of times. This is, and I'll show you this again, is a Carmen pepper, Italian sweet pepper. And fruit size is 6 inches on these. These are what are coming in. Oh, and there's a critter. That's always fun. There's 3 there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, 6, 7 there, 8, 9. There's a giant one back here that is probably 9 inches, maybe 10. This thing is loaded with peppers. And if I would just pick this one has to be 8 to 9 inches. And if I would just pick this one, I know these other ones would go crazy, but I'm not, because I really want it to start changing color. I picked one when it was green and it just tastes like a green pepper. So I'm really, really, really wanting it to start to turn red because I want to taste how sweet it is. And then there are like 6 more on the back side. I did top this pepper about a week ago. I cut all of these tops off so it would stop producing more peppers because I wanted to finish growing these. I wanted to grow these massive and I want them to turn red. So I'm letting them do their thing. But I did top that pepper. I kind of topped a few of the other ones as well. And that's when all of my peppers took off. So topping my peppers will be something that I do. If I did it the right time of year, I don't know. But I cannot wait for this bad boy to turn red. Well, this is interesting. This is my carrot bed. And right down here, I have a carrot coming out the side. That'll be fun. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me as I harvested my pie pumpkins. Are all in and done. And I pulled up a few carrots, so I know that I had success in that as well. I've been bringing in tomatoes just every couple of days. I get 3 or 4 tomatoes, and that's perfect for us. The ones that I'm in a can, I've been throwing in the freezer, but I will just keep going. I cannot wait to update you on the peppers and do that final pumpkin harvest. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me. If you would be so kind as to hit the subscribe button down below, it helps the channel as well. Hit the like button. Comment where you're from. I would love to know where you're gardening from. I'm in Southwest Michigan, and I hope to see you soon. And in between now and then, I will pop a couple of my other videos up here for you to watch, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, friend. Have a great day.